Welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live on this January 28th, 2026. It is Wednesday, so it's all downhill from here. We've changed up some of the pictures. Look at that.
We have. These are all pictures that you took.
These are wonderful ice storm photos that I took I think the ice storm might have been 4 years ago. And I think these were taken during like a March snowstorm.
I can tell you right now what day you took these pictures.
Oh, is that right? You can tell me?
Yeah, let me just go look at the properties.
Okay.
Looks like December of 2021 for some of them.
So it's 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, five in a month.
And then January of 2022 for the rest.
Very cool. Yeah, we wanted to change some things up. Of course, we have more photos we'll be going to a little bit later on as well. But
yes,
you took home how many photos to work on?
I took home a lot of files because it seems like you weren't very organized in the way you kept your photos.
Because we were just kind of throwing them together as we went.
But when I think I didn't clear them, but I copied them. All the photos we have, and it was about 8,000 files.
Wow.
I don't think all of the files are photos because you put a bunch of random stuff in those folders too.
Yes.
But that's what I have to sort through. Dan's a mess.
Look at that ice storm right there, buddy. That was that hill back behind my house. Pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
When Pike County was an ice cube. In 2021, you say, December of 2021.
December 1st.
All right, good to have you here. Thank you for joining us. And let's take a look at what the weather is doing for us. It is bitterly cold outdoors. Some sun today before turning cloudy. We'll have a high temperature only around 13 today before overnight lows below zero. Partly sunny tomorrow and a high of 17. We can tell you that the wind chills are the keys for you today. I can't quite see it clearly from here, but I can tell you that today we're looking at single digits or below zero for the wind chill. That's the chart on your right.
Daily minimum wind chill values between -10 and -25.
Yeah. So if you're out and about, make sure you bundle up. And I've got one of those reflective coats that's like really thermal. I've had it for several years now, and it is one of the most cherished things that I have because I can go out in just about any kind of weather in that thing. You see a lot of people that do construction work and emergency personnel, they've got that jacket, and man, it's been great to have.
Yeah. If
I lose that thing or if I outgrow it, there's a problem.
I think that thing would be invisible if you brought it onto the screen.
You think so?
I reckon it would.
Let's go grab it over there.
All right.
Because I'll be out of breath by the time I get back. Those of you that have never seen our show before, we do this on a daily basis. We do what we can to help inform you on the good things that are going on in our communities. And our communities stretch from south of Columbus all the way down to he's put it on, all the way down. Look at that. What you kind of can't see, that's all yellow. Oh, there he goes. There, you're just about disappeared. Yeah, we didn't need to see that backside. That's the yellow jacket that I have that I wear. So at any rate, we do our best to tell you about the good things going on in our communities and share that information on a regular basis here about 11 o'clock every weekday.
Emphasis on about 11 o'clock.
Yes. Like I said, about 11 o'clock.
Yes.
And we also have special editions that we do. Tomorrow we have special guests from the Zane Trace FFA. And they'll be stopping in to talk about the sausage breakfast that's coming up next weekend at Zane Trace.
Yes.
All right. Before we go any further, just a quick little bit of breaking news. This is developing even as we speak. The Browns, from what reports are coming out, are saying that Todd Monken has been hired as the new Browns head football coach. Todd was the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. staying in division, so to speak.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy was hired as the new Pittsburgh Steelers coach yesterday. He, of course, had stints with Green Bay and Dallas. And Browns fans are hoping that he has as much success in Pittsburgh as he had in Dallas, because it wasn't much.
Right.
But Browns fans, Todd Monken had been part of the Browns staff before, and I can't recall if he and Jim Schwartz had worked together. My hopes is that Schwartz will stay on with the Browns, and we'll see how that plays out. But some early breaking news for you that we wanted to share right off the bat, so we don't forget it at least until later. But ESPN, I think Channel 10 is now following up on that as well. Some others, but the Browns have yet to make an announcement as of 11:13 a.m. on Thursday. But if everybody else is saying it, it's got to be true, right?
That's how it works. If it's on the internet, it's true.
That's today's media. All right, coming up in just a moment, we'll get you caught up to date with news and things that are happening around our community. But first, we want to tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. When we have to deal with this cold weather, how has your furnace been working? Do you have a heat pump? Did your electric go out? They can take care of all those things. They've got Generac generators for full home operation. They've got the ability to come and take care of your heater. You want to find out more about what Accurate does? Click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website. That's littermedia.com. And it takes you to Accurate's website, which is accuratehvac.com.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Where can people find all the information we're going to share today?
I was just about to ask you that. They can find all of the information we share at littermedia.com. It's probably the easiest URL to remember if you watch our show, littermedia.com. Mm-hmm. We have links to all of our social media pages in the upper right-hand corner, which you can't see right now, but I promise they're there. I promise they're there, including Facebook, X. Sometimes when you're signed in to the admin, it like jumps up a bar.
Is that right?
Right. But people who visit our website, they don't have administrative privileges, so that won't happen for them. I promise our social media links will be there.
Just go to littermedia.com and find out for sure.
Yes.
Coming up soon, we got an event going on out on Hospital Hill.
Yes, we do. Next Tuesday, Adena Health and Shawnee State University will hold a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the official launch of their educational partnership focused on expanding healthcare education and strengthening workforce development across the region. Back in October of 24, the two organizations announced the expansion of their existing relationship to establish an academic campus site for Shawnee State's College of Health and Human Services inside Adena's Packard Medical Education Center.
That'll be a really big boost for not only Shawnee State, but also for Adena and what all they do out there at the PACCAR Medical Education Office Building. We recently visited with Amber and Ben Johnson to discuss the Mental Reset Retreat. That's coming up June 5th through the 8th at Hocking Hills Golden Acres Lodge. Amber tells us that the retreat is designed for those 18 and over who are dealing with emotional, physical, and spiritual struggles and anxieties. A number of professionals will be on hand conducting clinics during this retreat.
We are bringing some really, really incredible guests. And so we're going to have pastors. We're going to have Ryan Bash from Brookside. We're going to have actual credentialed therapists. And so we have a couple from actually out of state coming to help and lead sessions. There's going to be safe spaces for men and women. So some sessions are going to be together. Some are going to be separated based on the topic. There's going to be a session on eating disorders. Ben's going to be talking about OCD. And then we're also bringing in some incredible authors and speakers. So we're bringing in Rebecca George. She's from Tennessee. We have Tori Payton Wilson. Her husband plays for the Cleveland Guardians, but she's a huge mental health advocate. And then we're also bringing in one of my dear friends, Felicia Joy, and she's a huge mental health advocate. And so that's just a few of the people that have gotten on board with this mission and decided, you know what, like I really want to help these people. And so not only do you get to meet Ben and I, but you get to meet all these people that have decided to be there to help.
Again, the Mental Reset Retreat is June 5th through the 8th at Hocking Hills Golden Acres Lodge. You can find out more information on her website, Amber Gintner, that's GINTER.com/mental reset. And you'll find the full interview on our Facebook, YouTube, and Litter Media Spotify channels.
Yes. Also making news. The weather forced the rescheduling of the Chillicothe City Council meeting for tomorrow night. That was supposed to be last night. But it's now happening Thursday, January 29th at 6 p.m. There are 3 committee meetings planned before council meets, and that's going to be City Services meet at 5:15, Finance and Technology at 5:30, and Safety and Service at 5:45.
They were originally scheduled to meet Monday night on the 26th, but now they'll find themselves over there.
Where are we?
I don't know. We've disappeared.
Okay.
I thought when you switched around there a little while ago,
I must have not put it in the right place on this one.
We slowly
there we
faded into the process there. Circleville Mayor Michelle Blanton's Stay to the City address has been rescheduled. It will now be Thursday of next week and will take place at the campus of Ohio Christian University starting at 6 p.m. So get all the good news on things going on for Circleville next Thursday.
The Pickaway County Fair is 20 weeks away, and the Fair Board reminds campers if they want to keep their spots this summer, they have until 11:59 p.m. this Saturday to get their applications in. The Pickaway County Fair begins June the 20th.
Warmer weather.
Yes.
Wait for that.
I can't wait.
Chillicothe's Majestic Theatre has 6 shows in the coming weeks, beginning February 7th with tributes to the Eagles, Bon Jovi, and Journey, also Creedence Clearwater Revival, Hall & Oates, and Kenny Rogers. There's also a comedy show. That'll be February 21st. Tickets for all these shows are available at majesticchillicothe.net.
If you've been hearing trees popping in the cold temperatures, the ODNR Division of Forestry explains why. They say it's something called a frost crack. When temperatures drop quickly, water inside a tree's trunk can freeze and expand. That expansion creates pressure inside the wood and can cause the trunk to split with a loud crack. You'll find it happen. That's what it sounds like. You'll find it happens on the south or southwest side of a tree where winter sun warms the bark during the day and the temperatures plunge again at night. That rapid shift stresses the trunk, and sometimes you get a very dramatic sound. Most of the time, trees can heal from frost cracks.
One lady on our Facebook page said, that must be that loud noise I heard the other night.
Right.
I said, no, that was most likely the fighter wing with their jets.
Or if you're friends with Tanner Chanel on Facebook, it was him messing around.
One of the projects the Ohio Rail Development Commission approved for grant funding last week was for Aluchem out of Jackson. That's Aluchem Jackson Incorporated. Awarded $75,000 from the Rail Commission to assist with the reactivation of a second track located at their facility over in Jackson. The project repairs will bring in will bring an unusable spur at the company's site back into service. As a result of this project, Aluchem will gain additional storage capacity that will help improve on-time performance and prevent the need to ship product via truck. The total project investment is estimated at $150,000. So congratulations to Aluchem over in Jackson.
Yes.
And again, if you want to find out more about these stories and others we've been working on, go to our website, littermedia.com, or check out our social media as well. I really like that picture.
It's a really good picture.
Yeah. The tree that was on your side there, and then it's a shot from our property to the hill that's probably close to a half mile away. And that whole side was just covered with, and this was taken in the early morning. I was picking up Paradise to go to school. That was over the hillside behind my in-laws' house, from Dan Jr.'s house.
Yes.
So look at that ice. I hope we don't get any more of this ice. It's really pretty, but you see how it weighs down all of the tree, and it does the same thing for tree branches, for power lines, and next thing you know, power's out. And we hope we don't experience anything like that the rest of this winter. All right, coming up in a moment to look at sports, details are next.
Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc. Minimally invasive spinal surgery got him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Now for a look at sports, and that means the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard.
Yes, let me go to that real quick because there were 2 games played last night.
Wowza.
Out of the 30-some that were postponed and have been rescheduled, which you can see on our website. Just go to littermedia.com to check that out. But I've got to scroll down through all the cancellations to get to the ones that were played. Fairfield Christian was a winner over Grove City Christian in girls basketball last night, and they also defeated Fisher Catholic in boys basketball last night. How about that? 43-37 in the boys game, and 77-50, what did I say? Let me scroll down here.
You didn't say.
56. 77-56 in the girls game. So congratulations there. There are some games that were scheduled for tonight that have been either canceled or postponed to other dates. So you can find that as well, I believe, on our website. I think I clicked save over there before I came over for the show. Again, the breaking news that we've had for you this morning, reports out of Cleveland are that the Browns have decided to go with Todd Monken as their new head football coach. He has served as the Baltimore Ravens offensive coordinator in recent years for John Harbaugh, who is now the head coach for the New York Football Giants. And we don't know if Jim Schwartz will be part of that staff or not. He was one of the interviews that in fact, he had a second interview, but so did many others. But again, it looks like Monken's going to be your guy. He was the offensive coordinator for the Giants. Let's see. He also has been a head coach for the Georgia Bulldogs. The Browns, as the offensive coordinator, let me backtrack on the Georgia Bulldogs. He was offensive coordinator for them, not a head coach. And the Browns offensive coordinator in 2019. So that would have been Freddie Kitchens as the head coach, and Baker Mayfield would have been the quarterback at the time. So that's the latest we can tell you there.
That's the latest.
Again, none of that coming from the Browns. It's all coming from reports.
Well, Dan, high school football's over. High school basketball is well underway.
Yes.
You know what's next?
Baseball.
The Scioto Valley Youth Baseball League is going to open its season on Saturday, April 11th at Mary Lou Patton Park.
And the place will be packed because they will have games going all day. Usually starts early. I want to say their first game is like 8 or 9 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah.
And then they have the opening ceremonies, I think, after the first handful of games are played. But all the fields are in use, and everybody's got a kid in Chillicothe and Ross County seems to find their way to Mary Lou Patton Park and will be there for the next several months.
Yes.
It's just always a lot of fun. So good luck to the SVYBL. The Ohio Bobcats fell to Kent State last night, 72-57 the final there. The Bobcats will head to Buffalo Saturday looking to snap a 2-game losing skid.
The Cavs will host the Lakers tonight in Cleveland, and the Blue Jackets are going to be home with Philadelphia tonight. They're going to drop the puck at 7:30 p.m.
And again, the Browns have a head coach according to reports. Todd Monken is your guy. All right, coming up in a moment, we'll get you caught up to date on this date in history as we turn the clock back to 1985 and something else that happened back in the 80s we'll share as well.
Yes. But first, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. Nearly 100 years of serving propane users in southern and central Ohio. Reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology, to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit dixiechopper.com.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
The educational portion of our program now, This Date in History, takes us back to 1985.
Do you want me to read it?
Sure.
Okay.
I experienced it.
You did experience it. I did not. I experienced it the second time they did this.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. 1985, We Are the World was recorded by Supergroup USA for Africa. The song is the 8th best-selling single of all time and was recorded to raise funds for the 1983 to 85 famine in Ethiopia. Solo performers on the song included Lionel Richie, Stevie Wonder, Paul Simon, Kenny Rogers, Tina Turner, Billy Joel, Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, Willie Nelson, Bruce Springsteen, Kenny Loggins, Steve Perry, Daryl Hall, Huey Lewis, Cyndi Lauper, Bob Dylan, Ray Charles, and more.
Because there's a lot of people in the studio.
And those are just the soloists.
Yeah. When the video came out, it was pretty cool because you saw all these people in studio together. It wasn't like during COVID in which they had someone in California and somebody in New York and somebody else in Chicago. They were all in one studio, and it's like, how do you get all these people together?
Yeah.
And I think they did it after
there was an award show going
the Grammys.
on. Yeah.
And they did it after the Grammy Awards.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, let's all go and do this song and make it happen. So, yeah, I remember playing that back in 1985 during the old disc jockey days. Also on this date in 1985, and we shared this photo on our Facebook page, the Ohio High School Athletic Association recognizing the most points scored in a girls' high school basketball game, a single game. 76 points by Lisa Klein.
A lot of points.
This happened, she played for Millersburg West Holmes. I have done games that involved Millersburg West Holmes. That's up in Amish country in northeast Ohio. And I've not been to West Holmes, but former Chillicothe football coach Bill Dennis coached at West Holmes, and that's the tie-in that I was trying to get to there. But let's talk girls high school basketball top scorers. Lisa Klein had 76. Kim Barker, some might remember her from Southeastern High School, 69 points. This little girl from Pike County, Marlene Stallings, 69 points. She's on this list several times. And I believe you had to have at least 58 points in a single game to be in well, maybe it's 55 to get into this game. But I want to point out how many, do me a favor, since we don't have a little clicker on screen, use your fingers here.
Okay.
So from Southeastern, Kim Barker, Marlene Stallings, Kaylee Hilton from Western had 63 points. Edith Hall from Wheelersburg, 62 points. Stallings does it again against Western, who we mentioned already, Kaylee Hilton.
Right.
Granted, they happened like 25 years apart. But then Candy Pfeiffer from Waverly against Portsmouth West with 59. Crystal Tharp from Zane Trace with 58. That was against Westfall. Stallings again, 57 points against Southeastern. Marlene Stallings again, Eastern against Jackson. And J.C. Justice from Peebles against West Union.
That's
Look
10.
at that. Now, you might ask yourself, okay, with Lisa Klein, with her points, she also scored the most in a season, which was over 1,000 points in one season. Incredible. Lisa Klein is only third in the top scorers in Ohio for girls basketball. Marlene Stallings is number one. I don't think anybody will ever catch her. 3,514 points.
I remember a couple of years ago, we were broadcasting the Eastern-Western game, and it was at Eastern, and I went there, and I looked at the banner, and I saw 35-14 for her points.
And you thought, that can't be
I thought, that can't be right. That has to be a mistake.
She, I can't remember how many she averaged for her career, but I think it was something like more than 50 points a game for her career. Incredible. Marlene, of course, went on to become famous as a head coach as well. She coached at Winthrop University, at Virginia Commonwealth, Minnesota, and Texas Tech, and she's now working with Texas Tech, not as a head coach. Her last season was 2020. But when the Eastern football team made its playoff run, not this past season, but the year before, was the last time I saw Marlene. She was at every game. She must have come home, took some vacation time, whatever.
Yeah.
But she was at every playoff game during that run that they had. So hats off to girls high school basketball. We wanted to share that for you today. We were talking about Huntington Schools made an announcement that they are going to be out of session for the rest of the week. So the temperatures, the winter weather has hampered a lot of this. However, a lot of these schools that are not having class now, they gave you a couple of snow days, Monday and Tuesday. Well, they started doing some remote learning today. And, back when the blizzard of 77 hit 78 during my sophomore and junior years, would that have been right? No, in my freshman and sophomore years, we had to go to school. Not during all the blizzard, but we had those calamity days. But once the calamity days were done, we had to make those days up. So they were either put at the end of your school year, or in our instance, mine's far worse than yours. We'll let you talk about yours. But in mine, we had to go to school on Saturday.
Yeah, that's awful.
And I will tell you, attendance, I think, was like 15%, if that. I remember sitting in classes where there were like 3 of us there, and it did no good whatsoever. It just became a glorified study hall.
Yeah.
But it was for like 5 straight Saturdays. It was horrible.
That is awful. I had a class in high school where there was 3 of us in the class.
Is that right?
Spanish 4.
Por favor?
Yes.
Sí.
But we had blizzard bags where once we had all the days that we could miss, then we were just sent home with schoolwork to do. And it wasn't that bad. Most of the teachers took it pretty easy on us.
And we had some instances like that as well. They made sure. And if you were sick or you were out, a classmate would bring all this homework and pile it on you as if you didn't feel bad enough already. And now you got to catch up on your work.
Yeah.
But this remote learning stuff is kind of cool, I guess. But during COVID, you went through that as a student, and you say you didn't.
My second semester of college, freshman year,
was
pretty much all remote because that's when COVID happened and we had to be sent home. And so all my classes were on Zoom that semester. And I think I got decent grades, but I didn't learn anything. I didn't retain the information because it was new to the teachers and it was new to us. And it wasn't how I learned.
Jim Day, his brother Steve was a teacher, Latin teacher. And here in, I can't remember if he was, I think he was at Chillicothe City Schools when this happened. And he taught a lesson for Latin that was remotely watched by some of the school districts that didn't provide the course. So I think he would go to an office there at Chillicothe City Schools. He would look into a camera, and he had, I think, one student in Paint Valley, another at Zane Trace, and somebody else at like Westfall or something like that. And it was a precursor to what we were going to see online down the road.
Yeah.
Hard to believe that all, but that I think was in the late 90s.
Wow.
Incredible. How we've advanced with technology, I guess.
Yeah.
And now ChatGPT can take all your courses for you. And you don't have to worry about learning anything.
Right.
Or just ask Google, right? That's a look at the program today.
Well, hang on. Hang on. We haven't gone over these.
I forgot all about that. How can I forget about
today, January 28th?
We're 28 days into this.
We are.
And how do I forget?
I don't know.
I apologize.
It's Blueberry Pancake Day, National Blueberry Pancake Day, Data Privacy Day. We know that. We've been talking about it all week. Gift of the Ladybug Day. I don't know what this means.
Well, I know they're not ladybugs. I know they're Japanese beetles, but doggone it, it's the gift that keeps on giving at the Ramey Ranch.
Kazoo Day and Library Shelfie Day.
Man, had I known that, I'd have brought my kazoo in.
That's okay.
Dang.
That's why I didn't tell you.
And library, what else today?
Library Shelfie.
Shelfie.
So it's like a selfie, but you take a picture of your bookshelf and you share your collection with everyone.
Gotcha. And Chillicothe Ross County Public Library opened up today.
Yes. Maybe they'll take some selfies.
I think it opened up about 11 o'clock. So check their social media out. They always are. I can't wait till April Fool's Day.
They do a good job with April Fools.
What was it? Was it
Luke Feeney listening to an audiobook? That was a good one.
Yeah, because the person's actually reading the book to you and following you down the flood wall. Another one was it the goat? Was it you rent a goat kind of thing? You take this goat out of the library and you bring it back.
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember that?
No.
I have to look back. Maybe we can get Courtney Davis in to share more details. Not Courtney Davis. Courtney Lewis. Forgive me, Courtney. Both of you. All right, that's a look at the program today. Thank you so much for watching. We're back at it again tomorrow with a special edition to talk about the St. Trace FFA breakfast coming up next weekend. But that's all tomorrow. We'll have that for you at 10 o'clock on Litter Media Live.